That works? All right. Yeah, you're all on YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. So yeah, today I figured we'd go over Kennen, the new cards, and then the cards that were previewed the day before, where we didn't really have the context for. So yeah, we're going to go over it in that order, starting with Kennen, the 1-mana Yordle, Bandle City Ionia, 2/1 quick attack. When I'm summoned, create a Mark of the Storm in hand. And Mark of the Storm is 0 mana, fast speed, fleeting. Grant enemy Mark of the Storm. If they already have it, remove the mark to stun and deal 2 to them instead. So it doesn't do anything until you hit them twice, right? And then it and then it stuns and does 2 damage, which is like, I mean, it's okay. Like, the effect is incredibly strong. 0 mana, stun, and deal 2 damage at fast speed is like so incredibly strong. But getting 2 of them in hand seems so far, just looking at Kennen, not easy, right? It's when I'm summoned, create a Mark and Storm in hand. So you'd have to summon him twice, which is pretty tough. Still counts as an Ezreal target and Leaf Spell. I mean, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But Mark of the Storm, if you can get to it, is pretty decent, but it's not like the most insane thing on the planet. But its level up is you've summoned the same ally 5 times this game. And obviously you're supposed to like summon Kennen 5 times, right? Or like something else. You know, like the dancing droplet or whatever, like draws you a card. Could you imagine if that card wasn't nerfed, by the way? So you're supposed to do one of those. But like the first thought that entered my head, because it's summon the same ally 5 times this game, so it can be anything with like the same name. So if you summon Blades, if you summon Sand Soldiers, and if you summon Eye of the Dragon's Dragonlings, then he'll flip. And that's pretty sick. There's a lot of stuff you could do there. And I think Blades is going to be the easiest way to do it, and also like the memeiest. You know, if his flip like basically won you the game, then it'd be really good. But it doesn't. Because he turns into a 3/2 quick attack, which is good. Yeah, you could also do Thralls. That's true. When I'm summoned, blocked, or attack, create a Mark of the Storm in hand. So basically when he does anything when he's level 2, he makes a Mark of the Storm, which is pretty good. You know, that's very strong. But you're still only making 1 a turn, right? Like you summon him and you attack, or you summon him and you block, and that's 2. But every other turn you're only getting 1 when you like attack or maybe block with him, right? Am I reading that correctly? It's block. Yeah. Blocked. Okay. This is why we have you guys here. When I'm summoned, blocked, or attack. Okay, that's way better. I don't know how to read. Still okay. Like it's a good card. You know, a 1-mana 3/2 quick attack is like really good. And then you get to stun something and deal 2 damage like once a turn. It's fine, but it's not enough on its own. It needs to like have something else. So I'm hoping that some of the other cards, which I haven't really read, give it a little bit more oomph. You know what I mean? A little more something. Keep in mind that these spells do count towards Fizz, Lee, and Ezreal, and that is really important. The art is so good. Yeah, it is really good art. I do not like his voice lines, though. The way he talks really annoys me, I'm going to be honest. His signature spell is Kennen's Lightning Rush. 3 mana fast, recall an ally to deal 2 to anything. This is cool. This kind of reminds me of like... and Victor, good point. This kind of reminds me of like Lead and Follow, but with a damage ability. You know, Mystic Shot tacked on instead of the Blade Dance. It's fine. It's a really good champ spell. It's like Zed champ spell, but it doesn't suck. So that's pretty decent. All right, the other cards, yeah, obviously the normal Lightning Rush. Oops, I lost the chat window. There we go. Ember Monk, 4-mana Yordle, Bandle City. Seems like most of his support cards are in Bandle City so far, which makes me wonder if Ari will also have a recall synergy. And they're supposed to be like the Bandle City Ionia team or whatever. All right, 4-mana, 3/3, quick attack. When you summon another ally, grant me +1/+0. That is a cool effect that I think is not strong enough. Yeah, it gets bigger, but there's so many other cards that do this like better. There's that 4-mana guy that's like a 3/6 or something and gets like +2/+0 every time you do something like that. It's not good enough, I don't think. It's cool, and it's like the first effect in Bandle City I think that has this, but I don't think it's good enough. Risu the Silent Storm, or Risu. Is that a cat on a cloud? Nice. When I'm summoned, summon a Storm Cloud. It's 5 mana, 1/1 in Bandle City. Sparring Student exists? Yeah, Sparring Student is literally just better version of Evermonk. Did we open the box? Yeah, we got that. And the Storm Cloud is 7/3 with impact. That's a big ass body. And then obviously you're supposed to like bounce this and stuff. But the problem is like it is still 5 mana, and 8/4 worth of stats is like good for 5 mana. It's fine, but it's not like insane, and it's getting traded with, right? If it was 7/3 Overwhelm, that'd be like really good. But you could summon with, yeah, this would be like an SI card. There, SI Shadow Isles has the only region that can like flicker it, right? You know what I mean? Magic players know what I mean. There's nothing in Runeterra that I know of right now outside of like Chronicle of Ruin that lets you like cast a spell and it like makes it just enter the battlefield again, basically. Emmermucka's Grant. I mean, yeah, that's cool and everything, but it still doesn't have a keyword that like lets you hit people. And do you know how stacked the 4 mana slot is for Bandle City? It's like insane. Go get it? Yeah, that's true. Go get it. So, okay, let me rephrase that. There is no good cards in Legends of Runeterra that let you flicker a unit. How about that? And also, like, if you sit there and maybe you homecoming this and your opponent just like pokey sticks your Risu, you just like lose the game, which is pretty bad. So the card, not bad. Abusing it, don't think it's gonna happen. And those are the cards that were for today's reveal. Let's check out yesterday's reveal. I haven't actually really looked at these. The art for these is so good. Difference between Give and Grant. Grant never goes away. Give goes away at the end of the turn. Okay, Gust Monk, 2 mana, 2/2. Immediately red flag. If you're competing with Conchologist, you better be like insane, right? Summon, when I'm summoned, create a Cloud Stance in hand. And Cloud Stance is a 1 mana burst, give an enemy +2/+0, and round end recall me this round. That's a really good card. That's a really good card, actually. Like 2 mana, 2/2 is a good stat line for a 2 mana card, right? 2 mana, 2/2 with good upside. +2/+0, yeah, for things like Kennen, and round end recall me. This is, oh my god, this is like nuts. Constance is absurd. Like, just a 1 mana +2 at burst speed is just like incredibly strong. It's so strong. Think of how many times you go, oh my god, if my opponent has Shapestone, I'm blown out, right? Especially with like quick attack units like Kennen. Or you could play this with something like Lee Sin. You won't, but you could. Just a really cool card. And then obviously you can re-trigger like your ETB effects. At least Kennen Swarm can be a thing. Maybe. Watch the video after to see the cool combos. I did, I think, glance at the video, but I was waking up, and so I didn't actually absorb any of the information. Tornado Warrior, 2 mana, 2/2, again in Bandle City. This on Navori Blade Scout. Exactly, like those kind of stuff. It's just so good. Even like Brightsteel Protector or something. When I'm summoned, grant me +1/+0 and a random keyword, so it's a 3/2. You keep these stat buffs and keywords when I'm recalled. Oh. That is more cute than good, I think. Yeah, Fey Blade Twirler would be cool here, but it does bounce it, which kind of sucks. Royal Crumpet, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I don't think Tornado Warrior is good enough. I think Gust Monk is like way better than Tornado Warrior. Like a 3/2 for 2 with a random keyword, you're just gonna get a lot of keywords that don't do anything a lot of times, and I think Conchologist is probably just gonna be better in that slot, or even Gust Monk, right? I think it's just better. If it kept all stats when recalled, yeah, that would be pretty insane. Quicken. This is probably the card I'm actually most excited about, besides maybe like actual Kennen, right? 2 mana fast spell. Recall a unit with 3 or less power. Do you know how many units there are that have 3 or less power that are like really good? There's a lot of them. This card is so good. Lee Sin has 3 or less power, by the way. Thresh. Most of the rally cards before they attack, like Vagar, yeah, a lot of really, really good stuff. Swain, yeah, good point. Quicken is a really cool effect. I did not expect to see this kind of stuff out of Lecturing Rodel, yeah, big one. Didn't expect to see this out of Bandle City. This seems more like an Ionia card. You can also combo this with effects like Stress Defense and Troll Chant to artificially make something 3 or less power. You're not going to build your deck out to do that, but it's something that will definitely come up. So I'm really big on Quicken. I think Quicken is one of the more exciting cards in the set so far, obviously. Thunder Fist, 3 mana, 2... Are there any Ionia cards yet? No. I guess they're just doing Kennen's cards, right? They're going to do Kennen's cards and then probably like Ari's cards. All right, Thunder Fist, impact, 2/3 for 3. When I'm summoned, if you've summoned a Thunder Fist this game, transform me into Musa Crashing Thunder. Okay, so basically if you've summoned another Thunder Fist, be it naturally or by recalling it, it turns into a 5/4 impactor for 3, which is like pretty good, I guess. It doesn't seem worth it, honestly. Like a 5/4 with impact for 3 is really strong. The goal is to retreat return this for sure, but it's not that good, right? It's not that good. I think it's an expedition card. I don't want to play this in constructed. I don't believe, unless there's like some insane retreat return style cards that come out in like the Ionia version. I don't think it's going to be good enough. I think there's just other stuff I'd rather play. More spells, right? Even if you retreat return it, it's not that good. I agree. Yeah, it does make the future ones nuts, but that's like the it runs on the sump worker problem, where it's just like kind of not just worth it. It's essentially for 6 mana because you play Thunderfist, spend another 3 for retreat return. Yeah, it's just not worth it, I think. I would rather just play a good 3-drop, right? I'd rather just play Solari Priestess or Mayor or whatever. But pretty cool. All right, that is the end of these cards. So I'll probably put out another video in 2 more days going over the next champion they release. So yeah, see you guys next time.